Alright guys, thanks for staying with us and welcome back to another wonderful moment on Final Whistle. AY and Official, it's good to have you guys.
Pleasure. Always a pleasure.
One of our favorite players is set to return back to action after a long injury. Official,
Is it long? That's not long.
at least long.
We are anticipating long one. But brief one. Nice.
Now in clubs I know it in their face, so it's a long one for them. Official, let me hear from you on this one.
More like the story of main chick and side chick now. I'm telling you, so you have to pick one. You love one, I don't love one.
Example
That is typical example.
If I was the one making the example, you would be the first person
I
to
learn from you. Anyway, I learn from you. They say if goat, they follow dog waka. Last, we know it's going to chop. But that's by the way. Good news coming all the way from Turkey. Galatasaray in focus. Victor Osimhen. He did not play the full 90 minutes against a DR Congo side. A lot of people were attributing that loss to the fact that we actually missed him in the last 45 minutes. And rightfully so, because even his club side are suffering without him. To tell you how important of a player he is, how important he is as a player, and how we can make things happen, even when the team are not playing very well. So we can confirm this morning that the president of Galatasaray, that is Ozbek, if I'm not mistaken, was speaking to Ekol TV, and he said Osimhen is expected to be available for selection for the clash with Fenerbahce. Just to read what he said our players returning from injury will be in the squad for the Fenerbahce derby. Osimhen should be in the squad on Monday, and they will probably be, because that's the goal in our discussion so far. Yes, Victor Osimhen should be back on Monday for us to be able to assess him, because whether we like it or not, we brought production here where we said Afcon camp opens on the 8th of December. Today being 28th of December, if you do the math, roughly, I think 16 days from now. So this is a good news hitting Erika Shell. So we are sure and we're certain that definitely his name is in the plenary squad. But with this kind of news, we should be sure and certain he makes the final 23 or 25.
Final 23 or 25. Monday is 1st of December, AY. I think that's a big good news to us.
To start December,
to start December. Not just to Galatasaray, but even the Nigerian football sector too. I think it's a bit of good news for us.
For now, let's just hope it stays like that for now, because I don't usually take injuries like injury recovery as good news, because there are so many things that are involved.
That could go wrong,
Now they speculated that he's going to be back. What we know how sometimes the recovery process is. We've seen players that you have said he's going to be back next week, and it takes like 3 or 4 5 months to recover. More weeks. So we are not hoping that for Victor Osimhen. But like I said the last time, let us try to try and plan outside Victor Osimhen and some other very important players. This is the truth. We are just talking about injuries. Galatasaray is saying, he's going to be back. This is good news for them. Are we sure that they're going to release the Victor Osimhen for the Afcon? I'm not talking about Galatasaray or Victor Osimhen alone. The same thing for other players. Olaoluwa, I know that we are saying is the best replacement for Benjamin Frederick. He has not even kicked the ball for Nottingham Forest after that game against South Africa when he picked up an injury. And now we are saying he should come for the Afcon after Nottingham Forest was responsible for the treatment
of the player.
The same thing with Victor Osimhen. The last time he got injured, we went back. They took care of him. They gave him to us again. He got injured. Now we are returning back to him. So we're expecting him to come and play the Afcon. I think it's going to be a very dicey one. If most of this club do not release these players on time, and I do not think they are going to release the players on time. Forget whatever CAF has lined up. I think they messed this up by the schedule, because I'm very clear on this. December, January is not the best time to host the Afcon. That is the heat of when most of these leagues are playing.
No doubt.
They will tell you that they signed this player at exorbitant amount. They are taking care of them, and they can lay claim for everything that's got to do with them. So my take is good that we have a good number of players that are not starting for their club. The likes of Christian Sasuchi, the likes of Frank Oyeka, the likes of Tolaro Kudare. Those ones go quick camp on time. Make them start the training first. But I'm not so certain that Nottingham Forest would release Olaoluwa on time. I'm not so certain that Galatasaray will release Victor Osimhen for us on time. But I just expect us to plan for those assistants. That's why I say this is good news for now. It might eventually turn the other way.
Anyway, talking about planning. Well, before we go into planning official, before now official, and we have made a production regarding late arrivals. And now if Victor Osimhen eventually comes back, like we speculated, if he comes back on the 1st of December. Now, without him, they have lost their 2 matches so far. And now they have a major clash in the Champions League, I think on the 9th. And camp open on the 8th. So definitely, I think I have to align with AY on this one. I don't think Gala will release him that easy.
Well, according to FIFA regulations on the status and transfer of players, footballers called up for the African Cup of Nations must be released by their clubs and begin traveling no later than Monday morning of the week preceding week in which the tournament begins. Meaning Osimhen is expected to report for Super Eagles duty on December 8th, which is the official date of camp opening in the Afcon in Morocco. Like you said, they have a crucial match on December 9th against Monaco, which this match is very, very important in order to seal their qualification. You understand the whole process. Mind you, they lost against Union St. Golos, a match that Victor did not play. Not just Victor, a match that about two African players did not play. Mario Lemina was also involved in the playoff series. Gabon, we saw that Gabon match versus the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We saw how that was. He also played 120 minutes. So that's when I talk about Victor. Lemina is there. The Gabon player too is there. So this information is not just caged to the Super Eagles alone. We should expect it. I've said it before, and I remind you now that Galatasaray now have a crucial match on the 9th. Not just Victor Osimhen. We should expect a lot of late arrivals because we know December fixtures. It is only the Premier League that I see that they don't go on break. Spanish teams, Spanish La Liga, Italian Serie A, they go on this December break. But the Premier League, after the first 25th, Boxing Day, you have to report to play your fixtures and everything. So it still boils down to their own discretion on how to release these players. But on the 8th of December, that the official day open, expect a lot of first team players, a lot of African first team players not to report on the set date. Probably the 3rd or 4th day.
Yeah, that's it. You talked about planning ahead of Victor Osimhen in case we didn't get to see him in the Afcon. Now, looking at the options we have out there, can you single-handedly pick maybe players that can replace Victor Osimhen?
I don't think there's any player that can currently, that I know that I've seen. I don't know whether the coach knows, but he said he watched about 80 players a week. So, like I said last time, he earns about $50,000. I think he's one of the headaches. But it is what it is at this point. The truth is, even if Victor is available, he is just a few minutes away from getting injured. So apart from the fact that you are dealing with late arrivals, then you still have to still believe that if he's fit, then you are lucky. So, but for me, I've mentioned a whole lot of players. Judging by their club form, I can only sit down and say, okay, give Toban, Paul Onoachu firing from all the cylinders. Terry Murphy is back. Rafiu Osimhen scoring also for his club. But I don't want to do that because most of the time we have been able to find out that some of these players find it difficult to reciprocate the club from the national team. Hence why I said you have a 55-man preliminary squad according to reports. You are supposed to submit 27. CAF is supposed to 24. You have 3, depending on whatever the FAC is. Now, don't sit down at the corner of your room to start purging or pruning down or cutting down the list. Allow all the 55 to come to the camp. The camp opens on the 8th. Yes. Probably let them camp. You have a friendly for 14 against Egypt. I think they are camping in Egypt before they now travel for this to Morocco for the Afcon. So allow them to camp together. Look at them, have training sections with them. Assess them just like you are doing. This scouting program? Assess them, allow them play. Then you now figure out who should make your list. Don't judge by. If you judge by, we saw the outcome from the last World Cup qualifiers, where we have a series of players that are below average. Some are very inconsistent. They play today, they go off like 5-6 games. So hopefully, when you train with a lot of numbers, you can actually select your best 23 or your best 27, depending on whatever numbers you want to work with. But for me, I think this is bad timing for Afcon. We know it will have been suitable during the summer when most of the leagues are on break. But the weather condition in Africa does not favor us because we would not probably be in the rainy season, and most of the pitches in Africa are not covered. So it is a challenge for CAF. But I still feel like this December, January is the bad time. Yes, it was supposed to happen in June, but because of FIFA World Club Cup, they had to shift it to this time. But hopefully we get the best of the best out of Morocco this Nations Cup. But I'm actually looking forward to the next Afcon in 2027. I think that one will be in June and July. Hopefully there will not be a World Cup by then.
Just to add to what Ewa is saying, if we are camping in Egypt and we invite 55 players, who bears the expenses now? Because they have to travel to Egypt.
Now they don't get money.
So NFF should pay 55 people.
Yes, now.
The same NFF, me and you know.
Official, every team is submitting 55 man. Everything. In fact, you see,
what you said is the right thing.
Yes, that's why I'm saying it. Now, let me tell you one thing that I found out.
Money for flight.
One thing I found out. The Chipolopolo of Zimbabwe, they dropped their list, 55-man list, and you will not believe that 11 out of the team that played the Afcons did not make the list. 11 players, all of the 11 players that started their last Afcon did not make the new list. That is, the list is filled up of new players. You understand what I'm trying to say? So they are ready for the assessment, and they were ready to do the ones that we are not ready to do. Like, okay, let us start afresh. Yes. With a clean slate, with a new set of players, and that's what they are doing. So it might not work for them this Afcon. It might work for them the next Afcon. You understand? But it is something. It is something. Yeah. So, but for them, it is left to them. Our own is to say it. It is left to them to do it, because we learned that the reason why the World Cup qualifier list was delayed was because the man asked for more players. They said they can only cater for fewer players, so we know what they do. But I'm only here to say what I'm supposed to say the right thing. If we do that, we train with 25 players, he assesses them enough, then you'll be able to get the best 23 or 25.
They pay for 55 people.
Obviously, that you be NFF.
Me and you know, say NFF won't do it. That's the right thing.
Hey, why?
Good scouting this thing, but they will not do it.
You know them now. So that's the works of Risika Shell.
Because the arrivals are going to come late. So definitely plan with a large number of players. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. You understand? You plan with a large number of players so that you can actually get the best. If you depend on Victor Osimhen again this time, Galatasaray might tell you that he has not recovered.
Yes.
You understand? Online, no. Galatasaray will tell you that he has not recovered. And then you have to use your Leon Balogun or Kenneth Omeru. Okay.
All right, guys. I think a breeze of good news is the fact that Victor Osimhen is set to return back to action after securing injury in the game against DR Congo. I think it's good for Risika Oshel and even the Galatasaray side also to at least work on the players that they have and all that. Official anyway. Thank you guys so much. Yes, guys, that's our time. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you again next time. Thank you.